They say that necessity is the mother of invention. Well, recently I had a chance to look at that firsthand to realize just how true that statement really is. For years, I've been struggling with a problem in the garden that frustrated me so much I finally decided to take matters into my own hand and create my first ever physical product from scratch. And I have to say, it's worked really well for me, and I think it will for you too. Gardeners are creatures of habit. For most of us, there are a few favorite tools that we've developed a strong attachment to over the years. They're the ones that you find yourself picking up every single time you head into the garden. The ones that almost become like an extension of your body. The ones you feel practically naked without. For me, it's three tools, and I always start with my soil knife. I use it for digging holes and transplanting, making rows for sowing seeds, breaking up matted roots and clumpy soil, cutting open soil bags, measuring and spacing, weeding, especially for unearthing taprooted weeds, prying away vines that are attached to trees, and the list goes on. Second, I never step foot in my garden without my bypass pruners. They are the single most important tool I have for helping keep my plants looking good, well-shaped, and healthy. From cutting off diseased foliage and deadheading, to taking cuttings or cutting back, to removing suckers, or just taming a wild branch or two. And then there's my multi-purpose floral shears, or micro scissors. They go where the pruners can't or shouldn't. When I want to make a precision cut on a fleshy, non-woody stem, this is the tool I'm using for that. Thinning tiny seedlings, removing suckers from tomato plants, cutting vines, velcro or twine. There are many jobs that need the precision and sharpness you can only get with a tool like narrow-bladed scissors. So here's the part I've been struggling with for years. Holding them and keeping them all together while I'm working in the garden. You wouldn't think it's a huge problem. I tried all kinds of tool belts and wearable holders, but I could never find a 3-pouch sheath meant to hold these three tools in a secure and low-profile design that kept everything right at my fingertips but didn't get in my way in the garden. So after years of frustration of not being able to find an acceptable way to keep my three favorite tools all together all the time, I decided to find somebody to create and make something that didn't yet exist. A rabbit hole of internet searches finally led me to Wheeler Munroe, a talented custom leather artist based in North Carolina. We emailed, we sent pictures and videos back and forth, we Zoomed a lot. And after making some tweaks and adjustments to the first few prototypes, we came up with a design that looked great and also satisfied all my requirements. The ultimate gardening sheath was finally a reality. It had exactly what I needed, 3 custom designed pouches to hold my 3 favorite tools in exactly the places they needed to be, and a single triple stack design. The back pouch snugly holds my soil knife, the middle pouch holds a standard pair of bypass pruners, and the front pouch is stacked far enough below the middle pouch to securely store my thin-bladed floral snips, while allowing ample room to easily remove and replace them. In fact, the Ultimate Gardening Sheath's design worked so well that I started to realize it could also do things I hadn't even thought of. We added a narrow pouch to hold a UV-resistant permanent marking pen for writing on trays, tags, or pots. Then we added another, ideal for holding a generous supply of plant tags. It's been a total time saver to not have to go searching for those things. Another add-on was a riveted brushed nickel hoop, where I can clip on any number of items with a single carabiner. A roll of gardening Velcro tape, a pruning saw, a pair of gloves, even a small spray bottle of alcohol for sterilizing tools. We really tried to think of everything. There's multiple ways to attach the sheath to your hip for perfect positioning. The pouches are closed off to keep those sharp, pointed ends of your tools safely contained, and the whole thing is constructed out of tough, durable leather that will last for years and look good doing it. It's functional, it's ergonomic, it's self-contained, no second sheath required, and no carrying loose tools around and setting them down and wondering where you put them. And trust me, I have really put this sheath to the test in my own garden trials. I can't even begin to tell you how much of a difference this tool has made for me in my garden. It's such a relief to be able to grab my must-have tools and get right to work, knowing that I have everything I need for my most common task right on my hip and ready to go. You know, working on my first physical product has been over a year in the making, but the Ultimate Gardening Sheath, made by hand right here in the US, has been a total game changer for me in my garden, and I'm so proud to now be able to share it with you. and I hope that you'll give it a try. And if you do, I think that you will love it as much as I do.